guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to kind of do a sit down video with you all. I have a very sad day coming up for me. This topic has been heavy on my mind, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to share to you guys a little bit about me and my life. I know you all don't know a lot about me because I just started my channel. Coming up April 13th will be 3 years since I lost my mom. A story time of the day that it all happened, kind of just off the top of my head. But yeah, let's get into it. And if you see me looking to the side a little bit, it's because I'm looking at myself. Like I said, this is a new channel for me, so I kind of have to get used to looking at the camera and staying focused on basically a black bar, because it's just a black dot, really, a black dot that I can't see. So yeah, April 13th, it was a pretty chill day. In the morning before I left, I remember I woke up, I got my daughter dressed. At this time I only had one kiddo, but yeah, I got my daughter dressed. We had breakfast downstairs, and I had just got a new car, right? So I was excited to go and get it legal, and I was gonna get a car with my taxes. Me and my mom, we were looking on Facebook Market, and she's always sending me all these cars that she thinks would be good for me. And I finally found one. So that day, I was going to go get it legal. But first, I had to go and get my safety and emissions done. So I left, I was going to get my safety and emissions done. And afterwards, I stopped at the gas station, and I was on the phone with AAA, I think it was, and I was getting insurance. I just got done with the payment and everything, and so yeah, and then I get off the phone and I get a call from my uncle, um, which was very strange. At the time, I was not super close with that side of my family. So for me to be getting a call from this uncle was very out of the normal for me. So I kind of knew something might have been wrong, but I wasn't gonna, jump to conclusions right away. But I answered the phone, and he told me, um, he said, hold on. He said, Lexus, your mom is. I think he said, I'm sorry, trauma response, kind of. Some things are blurry, but he said, Lexus, your mom just got picked up by an ambulance, and she's on her way to the hospital. Now, we didn't know what hospital it was, so I asked him what hospital it was, and he wasn't sure. Told him that I would try to figure it out, and we hung up the phone, and that was, I think, the last that I talked to him throughout this whole situation. Um, I think I'm the type of person that when something big or traumatic is happening, I have a fight or flight response, and I don't 100% feel emotion in that moment. I know that this day is going to be very significant in my life, whether it be for good or for bad. So the first thing I did, I'm not sure if I called my sister or if I called my stepdad first. And at this time, my mom and my stepdad were not together, but my stepdad has raised me since I was, I think, 3.5, 2.5. I think it was 3.5. We do still talk, even though they work together. But yes, so I called him and I let him know what happened because he loved my mother dearly. and this is something that he would have wanted to know about. And so I respected him and I told him, and he's somebody that I can always run to. He is one of the first people that I thought I thought to call. Um, and then of course I had to call my oldest sister, and I had to let her know. From there, I told my sister and my stepdad that I was going to figure out what hospital she was at, because we all did not know. And my stepdad told me to let him know when I found out, because obviously he was going to go there to see her, make sure that she was okay. And so yeah, I start calling hospitals, and I think it was like maybe the second or third hospital that I called. And at first they're like, no, we don't have anyone in here by that name. And really, with HIPAA laws, it's kind of, difficult. But um, I think I got transferred to someone else, and they were like, we do have someone in here that just came in the ambulance, and can you identify any tattoos or anything like that? And so I told them she had an ankle tattoo, and then they confirmed that she was there. And I asked them if she was okay, and they did confirm that she was there. I had asked them if she was okay, and they had informed me that they did have to perform CPR, but she was in. They did get her heart beating again. Um, but yeah, so I put in my GPS, the hospital, and I was on my way there. And at the time where I was at, was about, I say, 40-minute drive there. And mind you, like, this whole day was, the morning was normal. But there's something in my life, there's something about rain that just, sometimes it's just a bad day that day. And it was pouring. It was pouring so, so, so hard. And I'm making this 40-minute drive there. Nothing was going to stop me. Me and my mom were very close. I'm the youngest out of three girls, and I was the most recent one to be living with her. So, and my mom was the kind of person you could tell her anything. Um, as her child, you could tell her anything, and she's not going to judge you. Um, she would help you through whatever. You could talk to her about anything, absolutely anything. And I love that about her. That was one of her greatest qualities. Um, and yeah, but yeah, it was just raining very, very hard that day, and I did not care. Um, I was gonna get there. I went straight to the hospital, and I remember pulling into the hospital, and it kind of just got real in that moment. Like, right now, right here, I'm about to see what is going on, and I was just kind of, in a way, trying to prepare myself for it. And something in me was like pulling me like into the hospital. Like, I just needed to get in there and see her. I needed to see my mom. So I get in there. There's this little, I think it would be called triage desk or something. I don't know. But there's a desk, and I remember they told me where she was, and there was this like long hallway. Um, and I'm just like, it's a hospital, so I'm not like trying to run. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic or anything. I'm walking fast, and I just start crying. I'm trying to hold it together. She was still in the emergency room at this point. I remember, she was still in the emergency room at this point, and I get there, and it's the sliding doors, right? Um, and I just remember walking up, like bracing myself for what I'm going to see. I'm thinking maybe like she's okay, like they got her back up, like she's going to be okay. I'm praying, and I was praying this whole time. But yeah, I opened the door and I see my stepdad and I see my mom. Oh, see my mom. She's she is laying on the table and she's got this tube coming out of her mouth. She's got this hospital blanket on her, and in this tube it's pumping blood out of, I'm pretty sure it was out of her stomach. When I seen her, I just screamed. This time was different all around, and my stepdad, he comes and he hugs me, and he's telling me, shh, I don't know, that it's gonna be okay, and I'm just crying. Um, Let me get myself together. Okay, and I'm just standing there crying. I'm just in shock. I'm in everything that I feared happened, and I did not know how to take it in at that moment. I still don't know how to take it in. Now, almost 3 years later, I sit down on one of the little rolly chairs next to her, and I'm just looking at her and was talking to her. At this point, she was not conscious. Not. I don't know if she could hear me. I pray that she could. I hope that she could hear me. Um, but I told her, I rubbed her hair and I said, "You can't leave me," you know. Um, told her she was my best friend. 'Cause she is. And I just told her how much I loved her, and eventually I had to leave. Because I had one daughter at the time, and I my stepkids were with us at that time, and I needed to go and help my boyfriend with my kiddos. And like I said, it was a far drive, very late in the day, so um, I was in serious denial. I was hoping that a miracle would happen and she'd be coming home with us in a couple days. But I woke up the next day with a text from my grandpa. Sorry, Sherry passed at 1:25 this morning. I love you. And wow, what a heartbreaking text. The worst text that I've ever had to read in my life. Just broke down, and I remember that day was just so sad. It still is a very sad day for me, but I'm hanging in there, doing the best I can um, to be strong for myself and my kiddos. So, yeah, that is the story of how I lost my mother at 22 years old. I just want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you for tuning in with me today. I love you. Peace.